Hello, my name is Amir, and this video is directed to the Russian President, Mr. Putin. Uh, from a fellow dog lover to another dog lover, I live in Canada. I have problems, and I don't know who else to contact as much as what's the right word? I don't know who else to contact that loves dog as much as you do and have some sort of power that can help me. So I'm gonna just get to my story, and I'm sorry if I stutter, I'm sorry if I mispronounce anything, and I'm sorry if I jump around, but I'm gonna try my best to tell you my story, and I hope you can help me any way you can. This little bit of the story has nothing to do with the actual story, but I have to say it. I have two blind brothers, one who's a little bit mentally not stable, that has been into mental institution many times, that we have to call the cops just for his own safety, for our safety. And one time that we called the cops, not only 10-15 cops showed up at my house. They punched the wrong brother in the face, and they even made me do push-up in front of my house. And while they were standing there and laughing, and they were telling me, and then they talked to each other, oh, this guy did the push-up, you can let the other guy go. So all I did was I went to a different police station and I complained, and I swear to God I didn't say anything. All I said, the whole thing is recorded anyway. There was this file case, and I have papers, I have videos we went the next day, and this happened a couple of years ago. And I honestly think this particular police station that I live close by have a grudge against me now. So, and I'm going to tell you why I think they have a grudge against me. I live in this place for 17 years. I've owned 4 dogs, 2 that passed away, and right now I own 3 dogs. One that I've been looking after for the last 6-7 months, and one German Shepherd that she's 16 years old, and an Italian Mastiff that is 4 years old. About 4 years ago, I took my dog for a walk. The police incident happened about 5 years ago, and about 4 years ago, I got my Italian Mastiff when my Doberman passed away. And when he was about 2.5, 3 years old, while I was walking my dog on the sidewalk, another gentleman approached me and asked me if I would like to breed my dog, my big dog, with his dog. And I said, sure, why not? And this was the very first time I've ever done such a thing. I've never done this before. And when that person brought his dog to my house, his dog bit my little dog, and my little dog passed away because of that. So I had a recording from when it was happening, not when my dog died, but recording while the guy was here. Recorded his voice, recorded when the incident happened, took pictures of his driving license, and he said we saw that in a way as it's dogs being dogs, you know. But we were so emotional that day, so it was okay, you know. We didn't hold grudge, because honestly, our family, we love dogs, you know, like I love dogs. And so I didn't hold any kind of grudge. And so the same night, the guy goes home and he comes back the next day and he's like, oh, we should breed our dog again, you know. They have to be bred a couple of times back to back. And that's when my brother said, this guy doesn't care about what happened yesterday, like he's showing no emotions at all. Yeah. So that's when we call SPCA, the Delta Animal the Delta Animal, it's not SPCA, it's Delta Animal Shelter. And because they, just like in here, we don't have RCMP, we have Delta Police and Delta Animal. And I showed him at the beginning, I sent the email to the guy, I sent the picture, his driver's license, I sent I told him I have voice recording, and he said he will look into it. And then 2-3 weeks passes by, and nothing is happening. And then I called him again. Then he said he's looking into it. And then another 1 month goes by. Then he says, "Oh, we can't do anything because the guy lives in a different city. He lives in Langley, and Langley is out of our jurisdiction." Then I'm like, "Well, can't you call SPCA? You already have all the information. So I called you the day after it happened. So why don't you tell you that no, we can't do that?" And then I called I'm sorry for jumping back, but the incident that happened with the police when they made me do push-up and everything, they did an investigation on that, and they said, "Do you want to press charges?" And I said, "No, I don't want to press charges. All I want these police that did this to me, all I want them is to look at this cartoon." And this cartoon was from the same era, 5-6 years ago, where it's a Japanese cartoon. It's for adult people. It's about soccer. And it's inspirational. You say what the inspirational video that I saw. So I saw for their punishment they should watch this so they don't do this again. And then back to the original story. After I told her, they're like, they can't do anything. So I called the Delta Police, and Delta Police is like, "Oh, we can't do anything. For stuff like that, you have to call a lawyer, We don't have time for stuff like that." And then the very next day, I was sitting at the park. The very next day, this is after the Delta Police and Delta Animal, they said they can't do anything. The very next day, I'm sitting at the park, and a park that I've been sitting at 17 years. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't believe in God, or I don't believe in any kind of religion, even though my family is a Muslim country, Muslim family. We come from Iran. My parents believe in God. My parents believe in all kind of religion, but as my dad would say, my home is my church, is my mosque, So I don't mean to offend anybody by that. So I know about a lot of religions. I studied them. I know a lot about a lot of things. So I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just giving my own opinion in here. And I was sitting at the park, and the guy comes for 17 years. I have never put my dogs on a leash. Like I always have the leash with me, the collar is around their neck. I have the poo bag with me. I clean up after my dogs. My dogs never have attacked anybody. My dogs never bark at anybody. My dogs are very friendly with other people. They're very friendly with other dogs. And for 17 years, I walk my dog off leash, and this time I'm sitting at the park, and the guy that I actually complained about my dog is getting killed, he comes to me and he's writing me a ticket that, "Oh, your dog is off leash, so I'm going to write you a ticket." So for me, it's not about the ticket. As I said to their lawyer, as I said to the police in their face, I swear that what I have done and I will pay for all of it. Every single day I walk my dog twice and I'll pay the fine for every single day if you want to fine me for that. No problem. If we're going to talk about the law, I'll pay for every single day that I walk my dog off leash. But I need justice for what has happened to me, and I'm going to get to that right now. I'm sorry for taking so long to get to it, but I have to explain it. And so when that guy gave me the ticket, I got so furious that I got up and I ripped up the ticket and I threw it in his face. Or no, I'm sorry. This time I threw it on the ground. I threw it on the ground and I walked away. And 5 minutes later, he's in front of my house with two Delta police, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna give you a ticket." I even recorded that. I recorded everything. Every time the cop came to my house, I recorded it. I put the phone in my thing, and I even told them so many times, "I'm having this recorded," you know. So, and now 2 months has been that my dog has passed away. They never did anything. They told me they don't have time to come and do investigation. I have to call a lawyer. But the Delta police and Delta Animal, they have time to come to my house with two cops just to give me a $70 ticket for walking my dog off leash. So I did the exact same thing. I ripped up the ticket, I threw it right there on the ground, and they just sat in their car and they left. And that's when I went inside and I even called the Delta 911, and I called Delta and I told them I called you guys yesterday and I did this. I told you guys what have happened to me, but you say you have no time, but you have time to send two cops to my house to give me a ticket, but you didn't have time to go and look into and you didn't have time to go and look into see why my dog died and why the Delta police, Delta Animal is not doing anything. And I take my dog to the park a couple of more times, and I met another two people, and these two people, it was a group of kids, and in the park by my house, there's always baseball, there's family there, they're playing baseball, there's baseball tournament, there's soccer tournament, so there's always family there. And there's many of those people that live there. They all know my dog. Their kids come out and play with my dog, and their husband and wife, they all come out there because I go there with my brother. So they know us. You know, my brother is walking with the stick, and so we always just go and sit there. And but putting all that aside, there was another two kids that they said. When I told them the story, they said that guy used to live just a couple of streets down from here. And he has 5 dogs, and that's all he does. He just breeds dogs. And they had complaints, so he moved out of Delta and he went to Langley so he can have more dogs. And so then I even said that to SPCA, I said that to the police, but he didn't do anything. But he kept coming to my house now all the time, giving me ticket for walking. Oh, we have pictures. You walk for 17 years. They didn't even know I live here. I own dogs, but I complained to say my dog died. They don't do anything, and I've become a target, and they keep getting me tickets. And putting that aside again, there's another guy that lives not in the house beside me. There's another house right there beside him, and I honestly think the guy is drugged up. That's just my opinion. You know, like he lived in a trailer. He wasn't supposed to be there. Like another Delta municipality came and they asked me, "Do you know you're only allowed to have one trailer in your driveway? That guy has 3, and there's people living in it. Nobody's ever opening the door." So all kind of things. And from what I know, that house has 4 dogs. And the guy that lived inside that trailer had a wolf and a husky mix. And his wolf and husky was so vicious that they didn't put that dog inside with the other three dogs. So he always had that dog tied up to a pole outside. And yeah, there, I have to jump a little bit back. Before this story, after all that other one was done, the Delta police and the Delta animal didn't do anything for my dog that passed away. Then another 1 year passes by, and me and my two dogs and my brother are sitting at the park, and this very vicious dog, vicious pit bull, appears out of nowhere and attacked my dog while we were sitting down. And it was around 9 o'clock at night that it got so loud that within 2-3 minutes, all the neighbors came out. You know, like we have all these witnesses that saw everything that happened. That dog was so vicious, not only attacked my dog, attacked my brother, bit him on the feet that he had to get 20 stitches and 20 stitches on his feet. And that night, ambulance came, but ambulance came an hour after because ambulance was sitting right at the gate. They didn't want to come to the park because they said the police and the Delta police and the Delta animal have to come to the scene to take the aggressive dog away, and then we can come and help you. So Delta police didn't show up, and animal police didn't show. Delta animal didn't show up either. And so we have all these witnesses that none of these two showed up in the time that we needed them, you know. And the very 2 days later, that guy that I hate, he comes to my house with some random dog that is in a cage, and he's like, "Is this the dog that bit your brother?" I'm like, "I don't know. It was nighttime. I can't tell." You know, and they just took and then we're like, "We think it's this dog," you know. So, and then they didn't even ask any of the neighbors, you know. Like we have contacted these neighbors. We're like, "Did any animal people ever come to you and ask you about what happened to this, to what happened that night?" And none of them said. Nobody ever showed up to our door. No cops, no police. Nobody came for that incident. And then, so that's another incident now that I'm getting hurt, my dog is getting hurt, and the bad guy is getting away. And the police and the Delta police is not doing anything. And now there is a husky that is right here, and he's so vicious that nobody can walk near this dog, even though this dog is so small, you know. But yet it's a vicious dog, you know. Like my dog is 195 pounds, honestly. Like my dog is a beast, you know, like, but he's controllable, you know, like, and my dog went to go smell that dog, and that dog bit my dog nose that we had to take him to the hospital, and I don't know if I don't recall if he had to get the stitches or not, but I don't think he's got the stitches on his nose, but I know his nose was bleeding. We have a record in the hospital and everything. I didn't complain, you know, like I'm not the type to complain about dogs, honestly, because I don't know what these people are going to do to the dog if the dog ever goes in a cage, you know. And then, so from that, I learned my lesson that if you see that dog outside, don't walk near him, because that dog is vicious. He's going to bite all the dogs, you know. So every time I walked out, I don't need to hold my German Shepherd. My German Shepherd is 16 years old. Ever since my little dog and my big dog, my Doberman, passed away, she doesn't talk with anybody anymore. You know, she always sleeps where those used to sleep, or she goes outside and sits by the gate. So I wouldn't say she has become a loner, but it seems that way. You know, like But I take care of my dogs, you know, like, and then, so this time I'm holding him, and that dog I'm walking, and that dog is not only tied up to a pole. He has a leash that is from here, like longer than this wall to that wall, so he can easily run across this halfway into the street if he wanted to. And that's exactly what he did. He charged toward my dog, and my dog, he's not going to back down. He defended himself, and while I was holding him, I even went down while I was holding him. But then again, it was a two-second fight, and they got separated. Now Delta Police is coming to my house and telling me my dog is aggressive, while everybody in the neighborhood knows that it's that dog that is aggressive. I've come to the conclusion that the Delta Police and the Delta Animal are racist people. They don't work for safety of the people. They humiliate the people. They try to make them mentally disturbed. Like I haven't taken my dog. I used to take my dogs out twice a day. Now I don't even take my dog out. I take my dogs once every 3 days, and I never take my dog to the park anymore. I always walk down on the sidewalk because I know if they ever show up, I can go and knock on these doors. Everybody knows who my dogs are in here. You know, like I have said before, I don't. Yes, I'm breaking the law by taking my dog off leash. But if I'm supposed to pay a ticket for that fine, then how come you don't do anything when my brother gets bad? If you say right now they're telling me I have to have my dog assessed to see if he's aggressive or not, I said no problem. I want him to get my dog with a human behavior assistant and dog, and he passed with flying colors. Like there was a stray dog that was there, and when the test was being happened right there, and the lady said, I wish this dog wasn't here so we can continue our thing. But I like the way your dog is handling this situation because we know that dog is aggressive. And believe me, everything this lady is saying is being recorded. I was paying for that. You know, like my dog is being assisted, so when I go to the court, I can say, hey, see, not only I have 500 signatures from all my neighbors, I went and got my own dog assisted too, you know. And when we go to the court, now they even make me a court, so when I go to the court, see, first they say, get a lawyer. I called so many different lawyers. I called every lawyer that I called right when I say my story, Delta Animal and Delta Police, they hang up. They don't want to deal with that. I don't understand what is going on in here. Like all the lawyers are scared of these people. At the end of the day, after so many lawyers, I finally found one. Then I went and talked to the lady that she's supposedly the best for the animal, just to find out after $800 for speaking with her for an hour, 2 hours, just to find out that she's very good friend with the Delta people, you know. Then I'm just like, and in my head I'm like, what is going on in here? The only person that I can find that could technically do something is actually friend with these people. And then I told myself, you know, the hell with it. She wants $5,000, I'll pay her, and I did. So the next day, I said, you know what? Send me the email, the paper, I sign it, let's just start this. And she didn't contact me for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, she didn't contact me. And in these 3 weeks, these people come to my house all the time, you know. So it's been, thank God, it's been a couple of months, 1 month now that they haven't shown up. My court was a month ago. And when I went to the court, it was supposed to be an actual court, till I showed the paper to the guy, and then the guy said, oh, you have these already? Then we're gonna have to make another schedule. We're gonna reschedule the thing. And my brother was there with me, so we asked my brother was telling him, no, the guy brought up the thing that I walked my dog off leash, and I told him the same thing, no problem. In the middle, I'm like, no problem, I paid for this 17 years that I've lived here. You know, I pay for every day of it. I'll pay for but there's illegal breeding dogs. there's a guy with a vicious dog that you said that you know. If you knew about this dog, how come the dog wasn't on a muzzle? How come he wasn't on a leash if you knew all this stuff? But now you're coming and telling me my dog is aggressive when another dog actually bit my dog. They want me to go and insure my house for $1 million, and they want me to pay $800. They want me to put a muzzle on my dog. Like, what is going on in here? You know? And the lawyer laughed at my brother's face, and he's like, "Do you know we already put that dog down, right?" And then that's when I just got even more pissed off. I'm like, I told my brother and my sister, "Get away from this guy. He's laughing right in our face, you know? Like, he's not even, he shouldn't even be talking to us. Why is he coming and talking to us outside the court? You know? Like, before a judge, and putting that aside, Mr. Putin, I don't know what to do. I've tried my best right now telling you everything that I can tell you, you know? Like, I don't know how to confront these people. I don't know how the justice system in Canada works. I mean, there are people that get away with stuff with a slap back of the hand, and they just get away with it. And mine is nothing compared to that, you know. Like me, I'm not the type to play. You know, like I always told my brother, I would joke. We always do odd conversations. Like one time we had a conversation, like, what would you do if there's actually a God that comes here and tells you if you have 3 wishes, what would they be? And honestly, I swear to my dog, this is what I told him. I'm like, if there is such a thing as a God, and if he's a man or a woman, I will grab him and I'll punch him in the face. And I'll be like, what the hell are you doing here? There's a lot more people that have problems more worse than me, you know? So I'm not a greedy person. I don't want to sue anybody, but they can. We can't call ourselves a civilized society when the cops come here. Not a single one of them grab their book and say, you know what, this guy is yelling outside, so let me write his problem. Let me see what's going on. But no, those cops were piggyback right to the Delta police. They always come together and they always leave together. Like the day, like the police, before when they came to the house, they loved my dog so much that they stand there, they took pictures with them. Everybody is amazed at my dog. Everybody have taken pictures of my dog, you know. But the day when they come to give me a paper and say, oh, your court date is tomorrow, they went and broke my neighbor's fence, and they went into my neighbor's house, and then they yelled through the yard to tell me, hey, we have a paper for you. Then I'm just like, first I didn't know what was going on until I found out. Then I'm just like, what are you doing in my neighbor's house? Why didn't you knock on my door? You know, like, there's a gate right there. Why didn't you open the gate and come in? You break my neighbor's gate. And I went outside and he's like, oh, your dog is aggressive. I'm like, who said my dog is aggressive? Don't make up stories. My dog is aggressive, you know. And that's all they say. Oh, bring your voice down. I don't want to bring my voice down. Why do I need to bring my voice down? After all you have done to me, now you're telling me to bring my voice down. What kind of justice is this? So, Mr. Putin, I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry if I went out of line, but I've seen you with animals, honestly. I know you like dogs. I just need your help to find somebody that actually loves dogs and has some sort of power to go against these people. I just want to go to I don't want anything. I just want to go to the main boss of the Delta police and the main boss of Delta Animal. I just want to look at them in the face and say, shame on you for educating these people. I want to show you my dogs if you don't mind. Mrs. Asuli, Aziz, come outside. Come outside. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come, Aziz. Come, Aziz. Come, Aziz. Good girl. Good girl. Come, Aziz. Come, Aziz. Come, come. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Come, come. Come, Aziz. Come, Aziz. Okay, we go to the front yard. We go to the front yard. We go to the... Come, come, Aziz. Come, Aziz. Come, Aziz. We're not going for a walk, man. Mrs. Ashley, come. Come sit over here. Okay, you don't have to. Thank you for listening to me, and please help me any way you can.